This is Wasteland Fatigue Weekly, brought to you by Fatigue Force. All right. Wasteland Wanderers,
Yeah.
Fatigue Force HQ here. You've, flooded our comms again.
Yeah.
All the good, the bad, and, the downright weird from the last week.
Yeah. Some weird stuff.
Forget slogging through endless forums. We've done the dirty work, you know? This is your Wasteland Fatigue Weekly briefing. Pure, uncut survivor intel with a twist of the bizarre. Get ready to dive deep.
What grabs me, right away is the sheer ingenuity on display here.
Right.
We're seeing firsthand how players are adapting to that daily grind, uncovering hidden opportunities, and let's be honest, sometimes just trying to make each other laugh in the face of it all.
Totally.
This isn't the official line. This is survival, as it's really happening.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
So what's the lowdown from the irradiated trenches? We've got reports of some seriously smart scavenging, the never-ending gear debates, and, enough laughs to almost make you forget about the mutated horrors outside. Let's get stuck in. First up, making those precious rubbles, because who doesn't need more of those? Tibbled 15 dropped a gem. Salted fish.
Oh, yeah.
Easy to make, right? Fish and salt, readily available, and apparently each one sells for a cool 20 rubbles. Not a bad little earner, eh?
20 rebels. Okay.
What are your go-to money makers in the Wasteland? Let us know in the comments.
And what's interesting there is the focus on, consistent, sustainable income. Diamond Sheet picked up on that.
Yeah.
Highlighting the potential for a decent profit margin. It's that smart thinking, using what you've got to get ahead.
Exactly.
Makes you wonder what other simple but effective strategies players are just overlooking.
And on the topic of smart resource use, listen to this tip from NavRaven. Cooked mutant meat actually gives you more fish than the raw stuff when you process it.
Get out of here. Really?
Who knew? A little bit of cooking goes a long way, apparently. Have you discovered any surprising crafting bonuses like that? Share your secrets.
That's a good one.
All right, now for a quick peek into the lighter side. Skins.
Ah, yes. Fashion souls. Fashion wasteland.
Yeah. Mazorium.cz was asking Mocha Reaper how to snag those sweet visual upgrades, and the answer, simple. Grinding.
The eternal quest.
The eternal quest to look your best, even when facing down a pack of feral dogs. Poor Blizzard 0541 hasn't even had time to join the fashion show. What's the one skin you're still hunting for, people?
Ooh, good question.
Okay, hold on to your hats for this one. Hirayama is apparently running a full-blown pumpkin chumps army.
A what now?
Yeah, almost hit 100k power. And get this, they say these pumpkin chumps create baby chumps when paired.
What in the irradiated world are pumpkin chumps?
I have no idea. Silly Dream was right there with the questions, wanting to know how this was even possible. This sounds like some next-level wasteland wizardry. Anyone else encountered these mythical pumpkin chumps?
That's wild.
From mutant armies to something we can all relate to, being utterly exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
Fatigue Force F jokingly suggested forming a tired clan to Darge Mechanics.
I'd join.
And Darge Mechanics was immediately on board, blaming it all on those relentless EMBA event runs.
Ah, the EMBA runs. They take it out of you.
Sounds like a lot of you are pushing yourselves to the limit for those event rewards. What's the grind that's got you feeling the fatigue?
Probably the EMBA runs for most people right now.
Speaking of the EMBA event, it's still a major talking point. Silly Dream had a couple of key questions, starting with the big one. Steam or desktop version anytime soon?
There's still crickets on that, I think.
Yeah, still no intel on that front.
Yeah.
But they also want to know which EMBA rewards are actually worth the effort. Good question. What EMBA loot are you all chasing?
That's the million rebel question, isn't it? Knowing where to focus your energy for the best payoff is, crucial in these events.
And Arch Mechanics had some solid advice on that, highlighting the Pet Gemco as a top reward.
The pet, right.
But the info didn't stop there. When Silly Dream pressed about the shop items, Arch Mechanics recommended the 8-2K backpacks and the Jiren Flycatcher.
Okay, yeah, solid choices.
Wisely pointing out that the event weapons aren't always the best bang for your buck. Upgraded skins and the trusty gas mask also got to mention.
Good point on the weapons, actually.
What do you think of these recommendations? Spot on, or are there other must-haves in the EMBA shop?
Seems pretty reasonable, the pet especially.
And Dessert 14 even chimed in to say the Gemgo pet is a beast against biomutants.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
So if those mutated critters are giving you trouble, that pet might be worth grinding for.
Definitely.
Now, a bit of Wasteland tech support. Slimy206 reported that the Wolf's taunt skill You know, the one that's supposed to make enemies focus on your furry friend.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be working. Apparently, enemies are still targeting whoever aggroed them first. Anyone else having their canine companions ignored in a fight.
Oh, that's annoying. Bugs like that can definitely throw a wrench in your survival strategies. A reliable taunt skill could be a game changer.
For sure. And Mirza had a theory. Maybe it only works if the dog is super close when you use the taunt.
Huh. Proximity-based? Maybe.
Classic player problem solving. Have you tested this out? Does proximity matter for the wolf's taunt?
Worth a try, I guess.
Moving on to a bit of EMBA confusion. Storyline versus event. Arif Mirza was asking about the best time to start the EMBA story quest.
Ah, right. Different things.
And Dessert 14 clarified that you'll need Herbicide and Ida to finish it. Then the big question. Any cool skin rewards for completing the storyline?
Ooh, that is the question.
We need to know if it's worth the effort for that sweet cosmetic drip.
Always about the drip.
Dessert 14 later mentioned collecting gene fruit and flowers, which sounds like it's probably part of that storyline.
Sounds questy.
And when Slimy206 asked about rewards, we heard you get something per stage, but the final prize is still a mystery, with Ugly Y. Just guessing XP.
Just XP. Maybe more.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
Have you finished the EMBA storyline? What's the ultimate reward? Spill the beans.
Yeah, somebody must know.
With the EMBA event in full swing, some of you are already looking ahead. Dessert 14 was wondering about any summer events.
Oh,
But Charge Mechanics had some news that might bum you out. Looks like we might have to wait almost a year for the next big summer bash.
a whole year. Oof.
That's a long way for some sunshine in the apocalypse. What kind of summer event would you like to see?
Something. Less grim? Maybe?
And Arch Mechanics gave us the rundown of the usual event cycle. New Year, Christmas, Chinese New Year, EMBA, Halloween, and repeat.
Okay, so that's the rhythm. Good to know.
So plan your grinds accordingly.
Right.
Speaking of Halloween, when exactly does the spooky season hit the wastes? Ugly Y. Thinks it's after EMBA, maybe with an extra week this year.
An extension. Possible.
March Reaper reckons it's sometime between October and November, while Reg Mechanics confirmed it hasn't started yet.
Okay, so still a little while off.
Still time to stock up on those candy corn,
Or
whatever the Wasteland equivalent is.
Yeah.
Irradiated pumpkins.
mutated candy apples.
Yeah. What's your favorite Halloween event memory?
Ooh, a tricky one.
And Christmas got to mention, with Russian Christmas potentially being in January. But Reg Mechanics made a great point. Just enjoy the in-game event rewards whenever they drop, regardless of real-world holidays.
Good advice. Free loot is free loot.
Exactly. Good advice for maximizing your post-apocalyptic cheer.
Gotta find cheer somewhere.
For those who missed the last New Year event, you missed out on some serious perks. Dessert 14 found out about Santa perks.
Santa perks.
Yeah, unlockable after leveling up Santa by spending event currency, with the final one letting you teleport at the cost of joy.
Teleport for joy. Wow, that's thematic.
It sounds like a bittersweet power. Even Mocha Reaper and Ugly Y admitted to missing some of the details. Did you snag any of those Santa perks? Regrets?
I missed that one, I think.
Now some crucial perk advice needed. Lunar Drift 861 was stuck choosing between Strong Immune System 1, Butcher 1, and Hunter 1. Tough call.
Ooh, yeah, early game choices.
What would you pick and why?
Butcher sounds useful up front.
Apostle 1 went straight for Butcher. Makes sense, right?
Yeah,
Maximize those resource gains.
yeah. Getting more stuff early is always good.
But Ugly Y thinks Hunter is useless late game.
True, mutants change things.
And that strong immune system isn't as vital if you've got a nurse, probably referring to healing items or something.
Or the medic perk, maybe, yeah.
Diamond Ship even brought up the resting place passive, further questioning the need for strong immune system.
Right, that passive buff does help with rads and sickness.
So, Lunar Drift 861, what was your final decision? The Wasteland demands to know.
Let us know.
The age-old problem of too much loot and not enough space.
The eternal struggle.
Tibilk 15 ended up with a whopping 3,000 bricks in Tula,
3,000, wow.
thanks to a generous soul apparently, but found them way too heavy to lug around for trading food. Anyone else feel that inventory pain?
Oh, constantly.
It's the heaviest haul you've ever tried to move.
Too many to count. That's the constant balancing act in survival games, right? Maximizing your gains versus managing your limitations.
Totally. And Reg Mechanics had a pro tip. Sell cement instead of bricks. Lighter. Still valuable. Maybe.
Cement. Yeah, maybe.
But then Tavil 15 brought up the wider issue of looting radiation. and the constant drain on gas masks and chem suits, especially in hotspots like Arzamas.
Yeah, the upkeep is killer.
It's a resource sink just to get more resources.
It's just cycle.
Narge Mechanics again had a solution, recommending event gas masks like the Ionica from the EMBA event for better protection. But Big 15 doesn't have one. Tough luck.
Yeah, event gear often helps there, if you have it.
Ugly Y. Rather bluntly called rads, quite pointless.
Well, they are annoying.
Opinions vary in the Wasteland. And then Big 15 described this wild plan, using a second account on another device to loot and then transfer items to their main.
A mule account. Classic MMO tactic.
Ugly Y immediately pointed out the logistical nightmare of both accounts needing to travel. Sounds like a lot of hassle.
Yeah, that's dedication. Or madness.
What do you think, genius workaround or too much effort?
Depends how desperate you are for bricks, I guess.
For all you aspiring master crafters out there, Moshe Reaper had some crucial info for Ahmed Yusuf. Many high-end crafting recipes require a maxed-out station and hitting level 100.
Yep, gotta hit those caps. The grind is real.
So get grinding if you want to build the best gear. What's the one crafting recipe you're still chasing?
Probably something vehicle-related for me.
Sometimes the Wasteland just hurts. Apostle 1 and Arch Mechanics just commiserated about something being painful, likely game-related.
We've all been there. That moment you lose everything.
Right. And when Ahmed Yusuf asked about resetting perks, Moshe Reaper delivered the bad news. It's one by one. And even leveling them up cost those precious caps. Ouch.
Oh, yeah. The perk reset pain. It's slow and expensive.
It's gotta sting. What's the most painful in-game setback you've experienced? Share the trauma.
Losing a full backpack miles from base. Classic.
Got a furry companion roaming the waste with you? Slimy206 wanted to know if pet food is worth it compared to regular food.
Good question. Is it just fancy kibble?
Is it just fancy kibble or does it actually make a difference?
Ugly Y. Explain that pet food fills their hunger and should be cheaper in biomass cost. Makes sense.
Okay, biomass costs. Then things took a dark turn when White Skidsuno joked about not feeding pets, leading to Ugly Y, making a grim crack about eating human meat.
Ooh. Okay, Ugly Y.
Yeah.
Maybe dial it back a notch. Let's keep it mostly wholesome.
Mostly. Sounds like some intense battles are going down, though. Crack 95 recounted a tough fight, going through a ton of deagle ammo.
Dual deagles. Someone's going loud.
And Thinhu thinks the unarmed queen bee challenge is almost impossible because of those poison bees, questioning if the Lucky Devil perk even helps.
The queen bee unarmed? That does sound hardcore. Those little bees are nasty.
Sounds like a truly hardcore fight. What's the toughest boss you've ever faced?
Depends on the gear level, but yeah, queen bee can be rough.
But Ugly Y had a tip for the queen bee. Use fireworks to clear out the little bees.
Fireworks, okay, interesting tactic. Crowd control.
And then go in with fists and stun grenades, apparently a legal way to do it for some challenges.
Legal, huh? Sounds explosive.
Arja Mechanics even shared a story of fighting her while battling severe radiation sickness. Talk about dedication.
Fighting with rad sickness. That's just masochism.
And Thinhu reminisced about old tactics for trapping queen bees, noting how map changes have messed things up. The Wasteland always keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, maps change, strats become obsolete. Gotta adapt.
Dyma Sheep reiterated the fireworks for spawns and fist stun nades on mom strategy. Anyone tried this bare-knuckle bee brawl? How did it go?
Sounds like a recipe for pain, but maybe satisfying if you pull it off.
If you're relying on old YouTube guides, be warned. Prizol told Iftitik Force that their EMBA quest video is outdated because the artificial evolution quest got buffed.
Oh yeah, buffed how?
Rats hit harder and even the bushes explode now.
Exploding bushes? Okay, that's new. Gotta stay current with your apocalypse intel.
Totally. What's the most outdated piece of advice you've ever followed? Probably something map-related for me.
Yeah, old loot spots that are now empty.
Yeah.
Painful.
And then there's Inzimnia, with a very specific and repeated request. I want the Atom ad.
The Atom ad. What is that? A car? A shop offer?
Any idea what that's all about? Maybe a particularly tempting in-game offer they're waiting for? Who knows?
Mysteries of the Wasteland chat.
Sounds like general chat might be getting policed. Mahir Ziyama hinted that trading in general chat might lead to moderation.
Yeah, keep trays in the trade channel, people. It clutters things up otherwise.
Keep those trade requests in the right channels, folks. Nobody likes a chat spammer.
Okay, amen.
Inzimnia. Who's also wondering if events are always happening. Mr. Savchenko clarified that there can be gaps of months between some, with the next possibly being Easter or Halloween.
Months, yeah. There are definitely downtimes.
But hold on, Market Reaper later corrected that, saying the Easter event has been removed from the rotation.
Oh, no Easter. Okay, good to know. So Halloween's probably next then. Late October.
So it looks like a longer wait until the spoopy season. What events are you hoping to see return?
Always like the Halloween one. Good atmosphere.
We had a rather detailed question from Inzivnia about wanting to restart but keep their current items to trade to the new character.
Ah, the restart dilemma.
Feeling their level might be too high for their progress. Ever felt like starting over?
Sometimes, yeah. If you feel like you've messed up your build or progression.
Ugly Why suggested using an alt account for transferring items while also mentioning that some items can't be traded.
Right, soulbound items and all that.
And recommending just sticking with the current save, possibly due to a recent update. Inzivnia mentioned being level 77 with a low-level camp in Tayuman.
Level 77, yeah, that's pretty high to restart unless you really hate your setup.
Ugly Why advised maxing out the camp to get back building capabilities. The difficulty of current content compared to gear also came up with Ugly Why, pointing to tougher enemies in the EMBA event.
Makes sense. Event mobs are usually beefier. Maxing the camp seems like the better move there.
What do you think about the idea of restarting with a stash? Smart move or unnecessary hassle?
Feels like more hassle than it's worth usually, unless you're really stuck.
Mobility in the Wasteland is a constant headache. Inzimnia is finding the UAZ thirsty for fuel and the bike's carry weight lacking.
Oh, the fuel struggle. It's real.
Leading to a strong desire for the Atom car. We've all got our dream Wasteland vehicles, right? What's yours?
LAZ. Go big or go home. Though, for real.
Yeah, the BellyZ. Ugly Why. Suggested aiming for the electric car as a more realistic near-term goal than the resource-hungry BellyZ,
Electric car. Okay.
which needs level 87 for reactor cores, apparently.
Yeah.
They described the electric car as a faster bike with more carrying capacity.
Faster bike with more weight. Sounds like a decent middle ground. Less fuel headache, too, probably.
Sounds like a decent upgrade. They also questioned the effectiveness of the BS4 armor. So many gear choices. What's your go-to armor set?
Depends on the situation, but yeah, always debating armor.
Will the EMBA event ever end? Touch Me 4169 was hoping for another extension like last year.
People always hope for extensions. More time to grind.
Daimo Sheep wisely said this wasn't the place for official announcements. But later, Surge Mechanics confirmed a small extension of about 10 days.
Oh, there you go. 10 more days. Get grinding, folks.
Some more time to grind those EMBA goodies.
Every little bit helps.
Remember that Bunny in the Game news? Inkboy 1000 was hoping for an Easter event.
Ah, the bunny confusion.
But as we said earlier, Marcher Reaper confirmed the Easter event has been removed from the rotation. No chocolate bunnies this year, folks.
Sorry, Boy 1000. No Easter bunny.
For the dedicated EMBA grinders, Jalal1561 wanted the new wiki link and daily disc limits. Damashi pointed them to wiki.gg.
Wiki.gg, right. Good resource.
And broke down the daily disc call. Up to 250 from the progress bar, 40 from shop ads, and 24 from after combat ads, totaling a potential 314 per day.
314 discs a day.
Okay.
Great. That's the target if you're maximizing. Every disc counts in that grind.
For sure. Has time stopped in the apocalypse? Ali Time132 had a rather philosophical question.
Haha. Does time even matter after the bombs fall?
But Arch Mechanic said it's highly unlikely without any announcements.
Ew.
Glad to know we're still on some kind of schedule. Clock still ticking.
Phew. Good to know.
We had a new survivor join the chat. Hahoyu177424 had some newbie questions, like whether you can team up for boss kills.
Welcome, newbie.
Apostle 1 clarified it's mostly solo with limited multiplayer. And they asked how to craft cars faster.
Ah, the eternal newbie questions. Mostly solo, yeah. And faster cars.
Ugh, level up crafting.
Welcome to the Wasteland, Hahoya177424. Hope you survive your first week. Good luck.
Sick with it.
Some of you have a unique way of entertaining yourselves. Apostle 1 admitted to repeatedly sending rat meat to people in Shelly just for kicks.
Sending rat meat, oh dear.
And Crack95 hilariously thanked them for the delicious rat.
Okay, that's kind of funny. Post-apocalyptic pranks.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever sent another player? I don't think I want to know, actually.
Probably best left unsaid.
And there was a funny exchange where Arch Mechanics was called a punisher for directing a player to the correct trading channel. The chat police. Sometimes keeping order in the Wasteland is a thankless task.
Someone's got to do it. The skin collection continues. Apostle 1 is almost done. Just 2 legendary ones left with surprisingly few chests open.
Almost done. Famous last words in a collection game.
Right. Arch Mechanics playfully corrected they're almost done. Always more to collect. Apostle 1 also noted infernal coal isn't as valuable as alcohol anymore.
Oh, interesting. Economy shift.
But ExamDX countered that it's still good for making steel and iron, even for offline people. The value of steel in the current meta was then debated.
Offline people. AFK crafting, maybe? Yeah, the Wasteland economy is always shifting. What do you think is the most valuable resource right now?
Good question. Maybe steel and cement, like someone said earlier.
Seems like it. And it sounds like Plague Doctor Masks might be a bargain. Arch Mechanics simply said, #Plague Doctor Masks is cheaper.
Cheaper than what? We need details. Arch Mechanics. Context.
The mystery.
Watch out for those accidental grenade throws. Ugly
Yeah.
Y. Made a typically dark joke about eating one.
Please don't eat grenades.
And Arch Mechanics had a YouTube video titled How to Commit Suicide and They Are Deleted.
Yikes.
Wow. Okay. Maybe too dark for YouTube. Arf Mirza thankfully has a perk to avoid self-grenade damage. Smart perk choice.
Very smart.
Then there was some dark humor about using grenades at high rad levels with Ugly Y, suggesting a moron disease for dying that way. Stay safe out there, people. Don't blow yourselves up.
Seriously. Watch those throws.
Bandit hunting might be losing its luster for some. Moki Reaper is apparently giving up due to the lack of decent weapon drops.
Yeah, if the drops aren't worth the ammo and risk. Tough break for those who prey on the weak. Or, well, bandits.
Got bricks to sell. Keep an eye out for Brick Parceling Man 88 Arn, according to Ugly Y.
The Brickmeister.
Arch Mechanics seems to know this person and thinks they should have to pay for asking for free stuff. The Wasteland is no place for handouts.
Gotta earn your bricks.
0 energy cost.
Sounds fishy.
Slobodan86 reported 0 energy consumption in-game, wondering if it was a bug or a cheat, and it was on hard mode.
0 energy? That sounds like a bug. A very beneficial bug, but still.
Anyone else experience this miracle of the Wasteland? Let us know.
Yeah, report that. Or enjoy it while it lasts.
Ahoy, mateys! Player. The Kitson girl identified the Flying Dutchman boat as a limited Halloween item,
Ooh, the ghost ship.
comparing it to a credit card balass. Lower repair costs and half the carry weight, but you can fish in the ocean.
Okay, so a premium boat. Fishing in the ocean could be useful, though. Sounds like a spooky way to catch dinner.
For aspiring fish tycoons, the Thermit 7988 wanted tips for efficient salted fish production. Back to the fish.
Full circle.
Daimyo Sheep said angler perk level and bait quality are key. But Ugly Y thinks the rod matters too, with the event rod slightly boosting road chance, but maybe decreasing overall fish.
Rod versus perk versus bait. The eternal fishing debate. Diamond Sheep questioned if old rod info is still relevant. Good point.
The great fishing debate continues. What's your secret to reeling in the big ones? Don't hold back.
Patience. Lots of patience.
When it comes to trading, steel and cement are the new hotness. Daimyo Sheep informed that Thermit 7988, with real cash trades being a big no-no.
Yeah, RMT is usually frowned upon. Stick to steel and cement. Adjust your bartering accordingly.
And for a truly bizarre image, a Nerdic coverage was surprised by the idea of cutting up fish.
You. Don't cut fish.
Leading Philiasoft 44167 to jokingly claim they use mutant meat to fillet their salted fish and asked not to tell the settlement trader.
Using mutant meat to cut fish, that's innovative. Gross. Don't want to scare away the customers.
Weapon enthusiasts, take note. Mocha Reaper reported a weapon balance change with the new update, V861.
The rebalance. Big new.
And Arch Mechanics advised checking all your gear, confirming increased durability from the weapon arsenal collection.
Increased durability is always nice. Time to revisit your favorite boomsticks. What weapon are you most excited to try out again?
Check those EVA weapons and the Kraken again.
Energetic drinks might be losing their pep, according to Arch Mechanics, feeling they're even less valuable after the update.
Less value. Why is that? There was talk about potential shop deals for them, and the increased energy from cooked food, and the resting place buff. Maybe just better options now.
Ah, okay. Power creep for energy sources. Gotta find those efficient energy sources.
The summer event question popped up again, with Langta 87 Air Sin wondering where it is. Seems a lot of you are craving some summer fun in the apocalypse.
Still no summer event, folks. Sorry.
Spooky discoveries in unexpected places. Apostle 1 found a human skeleton near the fishing village.
Just lying there. Makes you wonder what stories that silent pile of bones could tell. Environmental storytelling.
Good news for hoarders. Just of Inaldo announced craftable cellars, offering a massive plus 1,000% food storage.
1,000%. Wow, that's huge. Like a house for your perishables.
Time to dig those underground pantries. That's amazing.
And seriously useful addition.
Dreaming of golden bling? Valbohosa3352 asked how to make a gold Vostok watch, but Pavolsky and Moshe Reaper had bad news. It's impossible.
The unobtainable items. Yeah, they're rare old collection items.
It's like the gold lighter, just a fancy fire starter. Some treasures are lost to the sands of time. And updates. Lots of old collection items like the bomb statue and icebreaker are no longer obtainable.
FOMO for the veterans.
Prepare for a lead rush. Dimosheep jokingly suggested mass-led produce.
Mass-led. Maybe a new recipe is coming. Or just wishful thinking.
Tool durability woes. Chetavin mentioned unlocking a steel anvil for a plus 20% boost to steel tool durability.
Anvils. Okay, that's cool.
Needing the anvil and a set of seal tools. Iron Anvil has similar needs with basic tools. Someone asked about drawing rack replacements. Better tool longevity is always welcome.
Plus 20%. Nice. Every bit helps save resources.
Things got a little tangled with Santa beards and paper lanterns, different rarities depending on the Lunar New Year event year.
Event item rarity changes. Yeah, that can get confusing.
Sounds like some event swag is becoming seriously collectible.
Looks like some older weapons are getting a second chance. The Lunar New Year weapon revamp was mentioned, with the PK 7.62 Kraken getting a buff to durability and ammo cost. Kraken's back. Nice. It used to be pretty good.
Making it viable again.
Yeah.
Anyone tried it out post-update?
We gotta dust off the old Kraken.
Still hunting for that collector timer. Lanko87 asked again how to find it, thinking the collection menu is more for veterans.
Still no timer, huh?
But Mochi Reaper pointed out other benefits, like the weapon arsenal durability boosts. So even if you're not a collector of rare items, there's still value there.
Right. The passive bonuses are good for everyone.
Beware the updates. Xiaomigo had old event items vanish after a patch.
Ouch. Deleted items. That's rough.
And apparently, the 2024 Lunar New Year loot was considered OP compared to 2025. Update at your own risk.
Yeah, sometimes updates take away more than they give.
Got a generator cluttering your inventory? Marcher Reaper suggested adding it to the collection tab for an extra slot.
Generator in collections. That's an interesting idea. Free up some weight.
Smart organizational thinking. Maybe the devs will listen.
Worth suggesting.
Stuck with locked fireplace slots.
Ugh.
John Amigo learned they need to revisit the Moscow area to unlock them.
Ugh. Region-locked unlocks. Some secrets require backtracking. Exploration still pays off.
Missed out on some weapon blueprints. Mocha Reaper asked Sean Migo if they grab blueprints after the camp update, as some might be unavailable if you haven't visited certain areas.
Gotta explore those regions post-update for all the recipes. Good tip.
Still waiting for the latest update? Bankineer was asking about the 1.861 release on the Play Store. Mocha Reaper said it's rolling out.
Update rollout stagger. Yeah, iOS usually lagging behind Android. Hang tight, Bankineer.
What's the deal with the energy drink in the collection? Selman094431 asked,
Energy drink collection.
Anarge Mechanics confirmed it boosts your max energy by 100.
Plus 100 max energy. Okay, that's a decent permanent boost. Not bad for a collectible.
Coal miners rejoice.
Yeah.
Arja Mechanics discovered a new coal recipe using bellows, making 10 coal in just 2 minutes.
10 coal in 2 minutes. Wow, compared to the old 1 coal per minute. That's a huge upgrade. Time to get those bellows pumping.
Massive difference. Got a spare biome. Apostle 1 plans to sell one for a hefty 20k caps after clearing out some more critters.
Selling a whole biome. Risky business, clearing it all out. But potentially profitable. 20k caps is a lot.
Clarification on bellows. Arj Mechanics explained they're most beneficial for those with the Vostok watch.
Synergy with the rare item. That old timepiece still has its uses. Makes the watch even better.
As we mentioned, Arch Mechanics confirmed tool durability is boosted through the collection, with both iron and steel anvils now available.
Yep, the anvils are in. Good change.
Steel anvil needs all steel tools, including the hacksaw, 100 steel and 1 steel anvil. Time to upgrade your workshop.
Gotta collect them all. The steel tools, that is.
Brace yourself for a combat shakeup. Weapon buffs are here, especially for EMBA weapons like the Ulcer AMR, Railgun, now rifle.
Railgun is a rifle now. Okay. And the Ulcer getting buffed. Nice.
And Kraken, better durability and ammo use. Sniper damage got a bump too. And the Railgun has a free attack now, though it costs biomass and AP.
Free attack, but costs biomass and AP. Interesting trade-off. Time to rethink your loadouts. What weapons are you excited to try out?
The Railgun change sounds pretty significant. And the Kraken, definitely.
Agreed. Lots to test.
Still got that chemical reactor? Shoot 2 Kill 9035 asked if it's still tradable.
Chem reactor. Crateable.
Arj Mechanics confirmed it is. Happy trading. Still a valuable piece of kit.
Good to know.
The Wasteland economy has spoken. Damn Templar checks confirm steel and cement are the main currency now, not our ammo.
Yeah, we heard that earlier. Steel and cement. Adjust your bartering accordingly. Our ammo is out.
Still dreaming of that gold watch recipe, even if it's super hard to get, as shoot 2 kill 903 5 hopes.
Yeah, never give up on those crafting dreams. Maybe one day. Probably not.
Fire bricks getting scarce. Damn Temple chest noted they're no longer sold in settlements.
No more fire bricks in shops. Ouch. Gotta find those alternative sources for your crafting needs. Makes building harder.
Wondering about missing collection sections. Ahmed Yusuf noticed no spots for watches, and Arch Mechanics explained extra bonuses are only for those who already have the old, rare items.
Right. Rewards for the OGs. If you weren't there, you don't get the old collection bonuses.
Need spoons. Apostle 1 wanted the fastest weighted 20k caps for his spoon set.
Spoons for 20k. Must be some nice spoons.
Selling biomes was suggested, and they sometimes drop super rarely from event boxes. The hunt for cutlery continues. Good luck, Apostle 1.
May your boxes contain spoons.
Good news for new players. Archer Mechanics mentioned a new storage building just for them.
Oh, a dedicated starter storage. That's helpful. Every bit of extra space helps early on.
Just a reminder on that gold letter. Watch Reaper said it gives 2 another 10 fire with black coal.
A fancy way to light a smoke. Or,
Yeah.
a campfire. Still just a fire source, mostly.
Still no collector timer, as Lang287 pointed out again. Some mysteries remain. Maybe it's not meant to be found.
Perhaps.
Trading high-end stuff. Damn Temple just asked about titanium.
Titanium trade. Still restricted.
Still no trade, along with rubber and tarp, except for the titanium pot. Some things remain stubbornly untradeable. Resource control.
Yeah, gotta find that stuff yourself. Except the pot. Weird exception.
Looks like those Halloween and Christmas grinds really pay off in the long run, according to Dime Sheet.
Yeah, those events often give gear or perks that last. Keep that in mind for the next holiday event. Worth the effort.
Looking for a melee buff. Diamond Sheep found a kettlebell in school buildings that gives plus 25% melee damage.
A kettlebell buff found in schools. Okay.
It takes some effort to get.
Yeah.
Gym buffs of the apocalypse. Rejoice! Time to hit the school gym.
Plus 25% melee. Nice temporary boost for melee builds.
With all these changes, Apostle 1 joked that melee players are probably having a field day.
Time to swing those axes and sides. Maybe melee is meta now.
Reaching milestones, Ugly Y achieved Brickmeister status.
Brickmeister Ugly Y. Congrats. Someone's been busy building. Or hoarding.
And the oil obsession continues. Apostle 1 jokingly called Arj Mechanics the Oil 'em Up cult leader.
Uh-huh. The legend grows. What is it with the oil?
I have no idea. Watch out for inventory glitches. SLGT reported a nasty bug where their carry capacity tanked while moving loot, leading to death.
Oh, the carry weight bug. That's infuriating. Suddenly over-encumbered and dead. Brutal.
Using a boat on land was jokingly suggested as the cause. Hopefully that gets patched ASAP. That sounds game-breaking.
Seriously. Needs a fix.
Ever wish for Mad Max car upgrades? SLGT was surprised they're not a thing.
Yeah, some welded spikes and armor plates would be cool. Maybe someday we'll see some souped-up wasteland rides.
Swimming in DR lore. Argent Mechanics joked that Russian waters are too cold.
Nah. Probably true.
While Apostle 1 suggested vodka helps, Argent Mechanics then claimed to only swim in machine oil.
Only swims in machine oil. Okay, Argent Mechanics. You do you. Each to their own.
That weird cola sensation was mentioned again by SLGT, the burning lukewarm cola thing.
Still weird. Wasteland sodas are a strange beast. What's in that stuff?
The elusive oil maniac hunt continues for Studio Chibli Wall 213 in Chelyabinsk with ongoing server issues.
Still can't find the oil guy. The search is real. Desync, maybe.
And the bricking offer was renewed by Studio Chibli 1213. Still not entirely sure what it means, but the Wasteland humor persists. Maybe it involves those 3,000 bricks.
Did it be?
Arch Mechanics needs car batteries and is using lazy elves to help.
Lazy elves? What are those?
Sounds like a handy item for remote tasks. Ugly Y clarified later they're a one-time use item for resource retrieval.
Ah, okay. Like a remote fetch quest item. Useful.
Remember, disassembling broken cars in cities is risky due to radiation and bees, as Desert 14 warned.
Good reminder. Bees and rads. Nasty combo. Safety first.
The railgun challenge is on. Moshi Reaper dared Aura 5750 to beat an abandoned settlement with only a handheld railgun.
Just the handheld railgun. Oof, that's tough. Boss, it's hard.
Buffs and vests allowed, but no scanners. Power armor borrowing was discussed. This could be epic. Who do you think will win?
Depends on the player's skill And maybe that borrowed power armor.
Armor flexing in the apocalypse. Desert 14 claims some players have a crazy 6.6K armor,
6,000 armor. How is that even possible?
with their personal best at 3,400. And apparently, the rich are using biodetectors. The gear gap is real.
Biodetectors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the endgame gear chase.
Biomass production got a boost in chemistry, as Desert 14 noted.
More biomass. Good. Always need more biomass. More fuel for your crafting.
Still waiting for the anvil durability boost percentage from Desert 14? We need those stats. What is the percentage?
Come on, Desert 14, spill the beans.
And the gold and jewelry exchange rate remains a mystery for now. Another unknown?
Lots of questions still out there.
Keep an eye out for that 1-month offer, as Zato8962 mentioned.
Shop offer. Time-limited deals are a Wasteland reality. Gotta check the store.
Poor Bartiardi is still hunting for a promo code.
Good luck, Wit. They're usually snapped up fast. Probably none left.
And Drag Maven is still waiting for the 1.861 update.
Hang in there, it's coming. Slowly.
The wait continues for some.
Those EMBA skin products needing water also need coal with real-time crafting, as Desert 14 pointed out. Real-time crafting for skins. The efficiency of the new coal recipe and the continued need for biomass are still being debated. Always trade-offs.
And a final report of a disappearing CW crossbow. When picked up by Vendetta 015055203.
Item just vanishing. Definitely sounds like a bug. Report that one too.
Well, Wasteland survivors, that's the latest intel dump from the Fatigue Force. We've seen clever resourcefulness, the relentless EMBA grind, and the usual dose of post-apocalyptic absurdity.
What really shines through, I think, is the constant adaptation and the surprising amount of camaraderie in this harsh environment. Players are always finding new angles, helping each other out, even amidst the chaos and the rat-mate pranks.
Absolutely. And it's clear the debates about the best gear, the best tactics, the best way to annoy droid mechanics, they will never end.
Never.
So what's your biggest takeaway from this week's chaos? Are you rethinking your scavenging routes, maybe finally going all in on the EMBA event, now there's an extension? Or just steering clear of anyone offering suspicious-sounding bricking?
Yeah, maybe avoid the bricking for now.
Let us know in the comments below. What was the most useful or hilarious thing you heard? We might just award some virtual bottle caps for the most insightful and funniest comments.
Keep commenting. We need to know about those pumpkin chumps.
Yes. And just a heads up for our next deep dive, we've got some whispers about those weapon balance changes and how they might be completely flipping the script on combat encounters.
Ooh, the combat meta shift. Definitely important.
You definitely won't want to miss that. Stay vigilant out there and keep those comms open. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you found any of this Wasteland wisdom helpful or entertaining.
Do the thing. It helps us keep digging.
I'll see you in the next transmission. Stay safe.